I'm Sarah Woodbury, and this is an open letter to Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, and the viewers of Welcome to Wrexham. Before I begin, dwi'n gobeithio bod gwylwyr o Gymru yn medru meddai I mi. Dwi ddim eisiau canu ar ffysedd traed neb, ond fel Americanwr dwi'n teimlo bod gen I rhywbeth i'w ddeud wrth wylwyr Gogledd America. This is my husband Dan, who is a lifelong soccer fan. He insists that I call it soccer, not football.
But that's because true fans don't call it football in the U.S., true U.S. soccer fans. Only Johnny-come-latelys with an inferiority complex.
Okay.
Although football, the Spanish, is okay.
Or maybe pêl-droed and a Gymraeg.
Pêl-droed, yeah, that works. Regardless, when I read that Ryan Reynolds and some actor I'd never heard of had bought Wrexham AFC, I actually started following the team about a year and a half ago just to see how it would go. And it's been really entertaining, although I don't want to spoil anything for the documentary. So when the documentary finally came out, I convinced Sarah to watch it with me.
After spending 15 years writing books set in medieval Wales and having to explain to 90% of the people that I talk to that I mean medieval Wales, the country, not the aquatic mammal, I'm thrilled to see the degree to which you guys are highlighting Welsh culture and language in your documentary series.
As a lifetime U.S. soccer fan, I'm appalled at Bob and Ryan's ignorance.
Yeah. I just wanted to offer you guys an opportunity to take a deeper dive into Welsh culture and history by checking out my books or at the very least watching some of my YouTube videos.
It's actually kind of similar to Euro posers who insist on calling soccer football when the U.S. has actually had an internationally competitive team for more than 20 years. I mean, come on, Macklemore. As a red-blooded American, can you even name the all-time leading scorer for the U.S. men's national team? By the way, I got to give you credit, though. Thrift Shop was a good song.
We're not here to talk about your little game. We're here to talk about history. For example, fans of Welcome to Wrexham might know that right out of high school, Ryan Reynolds drove a forklift at Safeway, which is a grocery store in the West, in Vancouver, British Columbia. Or that Rob and his buddies started It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia by shooting a self-funded pilot for $200 that he submitted to his managers at 3 Arts. What you might not know is that the title of the Prince of Wales was only bestowed upon the Crown Prince of England in the 14th century as a way of undermining Welsh sovereignty. You can read about it in Crouchback, the first book of my Welsh Guard mysteries. The series helps to explain the roots of the complex relationship between the English and the Welsh.
Yeah, in reality, Canada has a much more cordial relationship with England than Wales does. Speaking of which, do you guys even know that Canada has dominated this World Cup qualifying cycle, beating the U.S. 2-0 in Canada? If Deadpool and Mr. Quest were real fans of the game, they wouldn't even be talking to each other right now. I'm serious.
Okay. If you want a more accessible entry into Welsh history, you could try my alternative history time travel series, the After Cymeri series, where 2 teenagers travel back in time to save the life of the last Prince of Wales, Llywelyn ap Griffith, who was assassinated by martyr lords in the service of King Edward I.
If only someone could travel back in time to the 2002 World Cup semifinal. Call that Torsten Frings handball. The U.S. would have gotten a PK and been a man up for the rest of the match and probably made it to the semifinals. And then maybe we wouldn't have taken these guys another 20 years in the mystique of Euro fairy dust to appreciate the beautiful game.
I'm really sorry about him, but he has always felt a little marginalized as a soccer fan in the United States. Anyway, you're both very cute and sweet, and I appreciate the way you foregrounded Welsh culture in your documentary. I know you're both very busy, but if you or the fans of your show want to have a better understanding of why Wrexham fans hate Chester, you can read about the conflict between Owain Gwynedd and the Earl of Chester in my latest Gareth and Gwen medieval mystery, which will be released on Christmas Day, 2022.
I read the first draft. It's actually a pretty good book.
Oh, you're so sweet. Aw. You sort of remind me of Fat Rob, except 30 years older.
Let me just say, we're not good at this.
Yeah. Thanks for watching my video. You can click on the playlist or subscribe to my channel to see more. There'll be a new video next week. If you want to check out my books, click on the link to my webpage.